It's time to rethink the military's fraternization policies. Fraternization is a relationship between two classes of people against social rules or taboos. In the U.S. military, nuance is lost, and this boils down to rank. The intent is to preserve the integrity and authority of the chain of command, and reduce favoritism, but there are major flaws. Nobody wants this. But what we have now is brass in your bedroom. There are now great regulations which finally protect our troops from sexual harassment, coercion, and quid pro quo, outlined in sharp. The fraternization regulations are separate and arbitrarily punish regular couples. Present regulations define fraternization with 5 criteria. A closer look reveals some problems. This criterion highlights a workplace focus, but on terms of military equity can mean outside the workplace is fine to one command, but not to another. It's 2024. Not 1624. We've been a constitutional, democratic republic since 1776. This regulation is so bad at defining what it forbids and why, it has a catch-all. Catch-22 was written decades ago, but we still have regulations like this ruining careers and wasting time. If we're going to trample people's rights, we need to have a better justification than, "I said so," or, "That's the way it's always been done." There is no such thing as a subjective standard. It's a contradiction in terms. The opposite can also happen. Commander Banhammer forgoes looking at the nuances of the cases or the intent of the regulation. Awareness of the regulation among personnel is low. Most folks think that dating across ranks is fine if it's outside the chain of command, but common sense is not your guide here. Further, how do you deal with the complications like pregnancy? How can we support a regulation whose prescription is to destroy the careers of soon-to-be parents whose only crime is to love each other? Still think it's clear-cut? Let's play a game. Same town, age, and education with different services and chains of command? No go. Lower enlisted and non-commissioned officer forbidden. Can they date? Same service and command, big age gap, senior rater and subordinate. Somehow, regulations think this is acceptable. Can they date? Both part-time, similar education, drilled in different states and units. No go. Lower enlisted and non-commissioned officer forbidden. Can they date? Same age, same education, same area, different units. No go.
We can't have you mixing with those dreadful peasants.
Can they date? Similar age and education, but senior subordinate. Surely not. Somehow, regulations think this is acceptable. Can they date? Same area and degree, different units. Good? No go. Non-commissioned officer and commissioned officer. Can they date? Different services, separate duties and commands, surely yes. No go. Warrant officer and non-commissioned officer. Can they date? There's more red flags in this than a Chi-Com parade. No way. And with this final absurdity, you can grasp how broken this regulation truly is. This regulation is perilously close to the unconstitutional don't ask, don't tell, and miscegenation policies of yesteryear. It is a violation of human and civil rights. All that's left is the excuse of tradition. Class-based restrictions on fraternization are a cultural leftover from European feudal aristocracy. America has other, prouder, more egalitarian traditions. All the couples in the collage you see before you are mixed-rank couples. They would be forbidden nowadays under current regulations. Our grandparents and parents maybe met, married, and had babies like you as mixed-rank couples. Further, the chains of command which prosecute these regulations violations never had to face these situations as young officers themselves. Mixed-rank couples have always been a part of military service in America. Present zealousness and inequality in enforcement is an unethical aberration, and the military knows it. Vagaries and wildly unequal enforcement have resulted in unfair outcomes and increased confusion on the regulations, ruined careers, and even resulted in suicides. So what should we do? We don't need to go so far as dumping the entire regulation. The intent is good. What we need is a policy and regulation that makes sense. I sometimes see this shrugged at or laughed at as just one of those things you have to suffer through in the military. Recruitment and retention are both down, and suicide is up. It is unacceptable to sit on our hands when the solution is so simple as the stroke of a pen. Thanks for your time. Please sign the petition linked below.